alright, I say it's okay. Listen to what I say. It's alright, doing fine. Doesn't really matter if the sun don't shine. It's alright, I say it's okay. We're getting to the end of the day. I take a low tech, take your pick. 'Cause you can't teach a no dog a brand new trick. I don't care what anybody says. Rob Smith here. Hope you all are doing well. It's August August. So it was 8 o'clock, so I thought August. I'm doing a number of things all at the same time, as usual. One of the things I forgot to scan in something I mentioned yesterday. I was going to paint. So I'm trying to... all right, I just said that 11:18. That was yesterday. 11:18 was yesterday. Hold on, this is yesterday. It was 17th. There we go. Today's November 18th, 2024. Can't believe we're so far along here. I need to get this. I forgot to scan this in. That was kind of surprising if you were watching. Dragons. How tickled I am you all are here. Whoever's here, whenever you're here. Where'd it go? All right. Put that over there. Oh, it's not there. Hold on a second. Looking for the live video. We are here. Oh, hold on. Looking for the live video. So long. I usually don't get that far into that song, do I? That's how long this. Yes, so I just got the scanned in. So we're going to try to put watercolor to that and see how that goes. I'm going to play around with this a little bit and see how we might lose that. That'd be a good idea. What we are going to, and hello from the kitties here. Kitties say hello, 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 hello. The kitties away. The mice will play. I got these two. We're going to watercolor. Oh, I didn't erase this. Oh, you know something else I didn't do? I didn't scan these in. I meant to scan these both in. Sorry, I should have. Is that amazing? That sound it makes. I meant to see that's how easy all that erases off. I'm so used to not penciling. I didn't think about it. I was going to think about how I wanted to scan these in. So hold on. I'm going to scan. It'll just take me just a short moment or so here. Scan these both in. Like that. I want to make mention real quick, and I don't have it here with me. I don't think. I was looking real quick, which is one reason I was a bit delayed. I can't believe this. I was looking for watercolor that influenced me, and I don't. I showed it Hildebrandt when he died, but otherwise, everything I've got is all about inkers, because that's what I like to do. Can't believe I don't have anything here. I guess the closest I could say that's handy. Hold on a second. Well, this has some. These aren't greatly influenced, but I do like them. This is I've got a bunch of these. They're done by Rand McNally, I think. No, this is done by Southwestern Books. I'm sorry, it's so far away. So I can zoom this out a little bit. Let me scan this. Forgot to scan in those two black and white. I just want to do that because we said we were going to do that. But I am a fan of. I have a couple of collections of work that include some. These are from the old Golden Books. And you may know, I've mentioned before how much this is one of my favorites here, is Ann Seller's Leaf. And I like. It's an interesting use of color that I don't have the patience for, because this is also the simplicity is a little too simple for me. But getting into all this design work on the bottom here, holy cats! Why? Who's going to see that? Your idea is to look at this, not this. So this is actually a waste of time. However, it really adds a lot to it, doesn't it? It gives a firmer base to it all. So I really do like how Ann Seller's Leaves works were, and I like a lot of this. Elizabeth Webb's another, very simple. I wonder if this blue, light blue, the reproduction was so different. It was so much better 50, 70 years ago. It's not good now because we use what I'm using right now, a scanner, a computer scanner. Computer scanners are nowhere near as good as how we used to do things a long time ago. Um, it's amazing how we letting quality get away from us at every turn. Um, but I wonder because light blue doesn't hold well in scanners. The reproduction there's just really nice. All these are another one that came to mind. I was trying to get my hands on some of my Jack Davis. Is this fellow here who I've mentioned before? Um, oh, that is Ann Seller's leaf. Hold on, where's my here it is. Oh, I don't have it handy here. No, I don't have that handy here. No, this is. Oh, I've got them mixed up a little bit. Well, this is Ann Seller's leaf. Sorry. Well, all right, you get the idea. I was looking for my, that's all Ann Seller's leaf. I'm looking for my Pete Hawley stuff. I'm not sure where those are. They're not here. Oh, well. Okay, just going to explain a little bit where I come from because I haven't done a lot involving watercolor here, and I've tried to avoid it. All right, I'm waiting for the scans to come through, which I think they will. And then let's add some color to these. I know we may not get many people here for this. I'm gonna. Which one do I want to start off with? One thing I'll show you something I do. I've got all kinds of. Oh, I can't see that down there. Hold on a second. I thought I spent a bunch of time setting everything up and realized tomorrow I'm gonna be inking like a madman. Need some more water in that, guys. Okay. Hopefully this works. But I like the light blue is a calming color. Something actually counter to what I learned from Greg Hildebrandt, who I've talked about before. So there'd be shadow coming from here. And you may not see that well, quite frankly. Hold on. I'm going to just do a file, save as. I'm going to put it on the desktop and I'll worry about it later. Just so I can get rid of it. Yes. Okay, go away. I'm back here and I can see, nobody's here. See, I said that. I said if I start doing watercolor, few, if any, would come. It's not thrilling stuff, and I don't do it at the breakneck speed. I do other things. But here's something I can do real quickly. And I'll pick up, if we start really doing a lot of these, and it won't be for a long time, I don't think. I'll maybe doing these into January, then it'll all of a sudden quit. I've got Santa to do here. And then just a little bit of red, mixed in. You get a little bit of shadow here. Right in there. There we go. And a little bit of shadow there. So that's kind of hard to see, I know, but here. And then something I do a lot of folks don't like. Now, I hope December 15th, if all goes as planned, if I live so long, I'm going to go see my friend Marv Bennett. Marv has been, Hildebrandt and Marv Bennett as personal friends and teachers have been, Marv has been the biggest influence on me. But I don't do what either one of them told me to do. This is something I learned myself. You turn it upside down when you paint. You get your darker right in here at the top, and the lighter comes underneath. And when I was doing the old watercolor caricature thing on the Disney Military Industrial Complex property, which I called it then that, I call it that then today too. I'm not a fan, never have been. Since I was little, never liked Disney. anything. I don't like Disney himself, which counters certainly with someone else I worked with, which was Glenn Beck, who finds him a genius. But he hasn't had to grow up what I've had to grow up with. There's Andrea Kaczynski. Hello, Andrea Kaczynski. So I'm not a fan. What I'm thinking about Andrea Kaczynski on the 15th of December, if all works as planned, I'm going to try to go see Marv Bennett and Marshall Moreno. Both of them are in Lake Mary. Neither one get together, yet they only live about a mile from each other. Yet I work with both. So I'm going to try to get them together. Or at least I'm going to try to get with both of them somehow on the 15th. And then I think I may try to get up to where y'all are. So then, see how it just makes it, and I'm doing this really slow, even for me. I just haven't been doing much watercolor. I'm about to do a lot. I've got two 16 by 20s. I guess I got a lot of watercolor coming up. I'm not sure if I'll be doing it here or not. But I always start off very slowly. Let's get some hair. Of course, some. Now, let me tell you, I've shown this before. I haven't done much watercolors. I haven't done much of any. It was maybe the only program I've done since I lost my Facebook pages. When all this was done on Facebook. But I love this little set. This set, and the top's missing from it. It's over there somewhere. It popped off. But I highly recommend it. I got this from a place called, not Pop Shelf. It's Dollar General's high-end version. It's an odd little store full of very yuppie type items. But it has some very good art supplies, and they're very inexpensive. This is a $5 set here, and I love this set. I really like the paints in it. I like the combinations. I tend to lean toward earth tones, and this leans toward earth tones, so I like that. I'm trying to get brighter. I'm not great at doing that. I'm doing better than I was, and others can tell you that. But I like to put a lot of greens and browns into pictures. I've got one I'm going to be watercoloring. Well, I've got to ink tomorrow. It's here. Where is it? Oh, it was here. Here it is. This is for a fellow who's working on the Trump campaign. And it's going to be a lot of red, white, and blue, but it's going to be a lot of green all through here, green all through here. So there's going to be a lot of earth tone to go along with the red, white, and blue-ish effect, because that's something that's just a big deal with me. I like that. In fact, something I'm working toward to get a lot of projects done is I want to hit a Thursday. I think I'm going to be on the road most of the day. I'm waiting to hear a little bit about some of that. But if I am on Friday, I'm hitting hiking trails. Because we're going to have a cool front coming through. It's going to be cool. Not sure where I'm hiking yet. Oh, Dolphin, hello, Alice. Oh, my gosh, where'd y'all come from? A lot of hellos there. Five Below? No, not Five Below. It's called Pop Smart, Pop Shelf, Pop something. But I've mentioned it to you before, Andrea, because I've mentioned it especially to homeschooler teachers, because it's a good place to get supplies cheaper than you get it. And in some ways, it's Dollar General went a bad route as they got bought up by a giant corporation, and all the shelving units got taller and shorter lanes, and they smushed more in there, and it's very crowded and uncomfortable. This is wide open, spread wide open, and they've specifically got a art and writing and kind of a crafty area you can pull from, and everything there is pretty inexpensive. Most of that is not in Dollar General. The nearest one to where Dolphin myself are is up in Vieira. And I don't know, I think we talked about it before. I forget where yours is. I'm just going to add this. Now, I'm going to go a little slow here because I haven't been watercoloring much. A week from now, I will have watercolored, unless something happens to me. It could, who knows. I'll be able to watercolor a lot. I bet I'm going much, much faster. Because I forget things. I've been doing this a long time. But see how that gold adds to the yellow? This is the Christmas angel. Because that Andrea left out yesterday while I was about to ink this, or whenever I did this. Now, the next live is going to be Wednesday on my Swampy Florida page, as the plan is now. And that will be specific drawings about Florida and Florida history. Hold on a second, it's bothering me here. I didn't get this right in there. I also colored digitally. In fact, that's 1 week ago. That's what I was doing. I was doing a whole bunch of watercoloring digitally. And I think it's unfortunate people sometimes learn how to color digitally. Because if you learn how to color digitally, you unfortunately know of a very, very bad thing, and it's called undo. That's not a good thing to learn. It's better that you're able to do it without pressing undo. And you learn how to actually handle a brush and how to apply. You cannot learn that with a stylus. As someone who worked with stylus as they came out, thinking they were going to be a good thing to work on, I do not find that to be the case. It's not the case. It's just not. Can you get things done with it? Yep. But you're under, I'm stuck to what this brush can do, how that brush head works, and so on and so forth. It makes me do what I do. With the stylus for a Wacom tablet or Cintiq or whatever, you're stuck to not only what the pen can do, but you're stuck to what that board can do and what the computer program does and what the computer does. You've got all these things that you're just determining whether you could do what you want to do. All those restrictions really doesn't really matter who's doing it. Anybody could do it. Andrea could do it. She just has to know how to handle the pen. She knows how to handle the pen, the Wacom tablet, Cintiq, whatever. She knows how to turn on the computer, how to get the program up, noticing anybody can do it. That's why I call what a lot of computer guys do, they're computer monkeys. Because you could just set any monkey there and they could do it. Now, are there styles? Yep. But do they matter? Nope. They don't matter. Again, I thought I was going to be a big advocate for them, and I came away just kind of flummoxed with it. And finding myself looking back to my studies in philosophy and seeing how right they were about how if you let computers take over, you're not a factor any longer. You don't matter. Now, the reason I'm putting a lot of blue in here is because I'm going to put it in the background. Good. Ooh, I like that. And what's funny is I'll scan this, but most of it's going to disappear. Now that you can set scanners so they can take color better. I'm not seeing what's happening in the chat area. All right. Now, when I stopped doing the watercolor caricature thing decades ago, I did have something that got me back to watercolor even when I wasn't planning on doing it. That was for my father. I'd watercolor a birthday thing for him. And it's a long story as to why he liked frogs, but he liked frogs, and I would every birthday and something else, Christmas? No, Father's Day. I do some sort of frog picture. And I've got a bunch of them. I think I have a gallery of them up somewhere. And I've got most of the originals, or maybe all of them, right here with me. But because of that, he got a lot of frog gifts. And this message is for Dolphin. It occurred to me today after I left a message with Hope that, and I said yesterday I wasn't going to have much for you. I forgot about the giant box of frogs I have in the storage room. And I talked to my half brother today and was in communication with my sister. We were going to let all those go. So I do. They're all in a sealed box, and I do need to go open it, just check to see what's in there, what condition they're all in. But those will all go your way, and that is a big box, I admit. And some of them are just stuffed frogs, but I don't know what else to do with them. They're nothing. They're but they're not little. They're all big frog things. I don't know, but as my half brother Jeff said, there are frog collectors out there. But just decided, well, see how that is, see how that looks. Now here's why I'm doing all this. Now let's see if this works. I may be wrong. I may be full of. I'm gonna put light blue back here. There we go, light blue. It's a soothing color, but also gives the impression that this angel is somewhere floating. So, that is. I tend to put light blue, and if there's a color I use the most, it's light blue, because you can see there's more light blue on this board than there is anything else. I still have to attack that little Christmas gift, which I haven't. And I have a few other little things I need to do. See, this is boring. I don't know if anyone's well, there are people here. Well, thank you for being here. If you would click the thumbs up, I appreciate it. I do find, I didn't mention it all yesterday and didn't get as many. So I need to make sure I do mention it. And thank you all for being here for whatever reason you're here. If you have questions about what I'm doing, if you're here just to learn watercolor or whatever, feel free to ask. Put it in the comments. I'd rather do it here. Don't send me a separate message. I might just end up answering here. Anyway, I'm no typist. I would have failed the secretarial pool. Well, really? Well, you're going to have a bunch of them to sell then. There's going to be a bunch. The thing is, it's a big box, but they're big. I know there's one big frog in there, and there are some little. But I mean, they're still bigger. They're 11 by 14 at least. Let's say that. Tall, wide, whatever. So I'm going to try to pull that in tomorrow. Pull that box and just go over it. Maybe I'll have some with me. Frogs. There are frogs in Florida, but and they are everywhere. Most folks don't think about Florida and frogs. There's a movie called Frogs with Joan Van Ark. I first saw it when I was about. It was on TV. I think it came out in the theaters in '72 or so, but it was on TV within a couple of years. It didn't do too well. It was mostly filmed in Weewahitchka, which is in the Florida Panhandle. This should be my Swampy Florida, shouldn't it? What am I doing? Talk about this here. But what the interesting thing, much like what happened with Tarzan and the monkeys, is as the monkeys got free, some monkeys got free, and they're still around today. They're for mamas and papas. Their great grandchildren are hanging around there in Silver Springs. Well, that's also true for Frogs the film. The frogs got away, but these weren't a few frogs. These were a lot of frogs. And so when you go around Weewahitchka is kind of north of Panama City. It's known for its honey. A lot of honey comes out of Weewahitchka. And if we would bother to specialize in frog legs in Florida, that would be a major source for frogs. Most of that movie was filmed in Weehawken too. They used an old mansion out over that way. And I should say I did did a history of film in Florida for Visit Florida. Big old brochure, did a ton of research. A lot about movies made in Florida. I noticed somebody recently did a book about film in Florida, another book. And I like to take a peek at it. I really should take all that work I did with Visit Florida. And what happened was the folks at the Florida Film Commission didn't like it because what was in there was how it focused on film throughout the whole time of Florida. And they don't like that. They only want to focus on what's been done recently in Florida, not what was done. The bulk of film made in Florida was done in the not 19 teens and 1920s. We will never, ever, ever do more films than what was done then. It's impossible. Thousands of films were being done in Jacksonville, Newport Richey. There was we're talking 19 teens, 1920s, especially 1920s. Thousands of films made. Jacksonville, Newport Richey, Claremont, a number of film places. There's no way. I'm curious if this fellow dips into that at all. But if he doesn't, I really should. And who knows? I've got so many things I want to do. I really should write something about all that because it's likely if he wrote it, it got edited out. But he may not even recognize it. His focus may be only recent film because apparently he's a younger fella. And I did it. When I researched, I ran through a lot of movies. I know about a lot of movies, either based in Florida or about Florida, or both. Most films involving Florida weren't filmed in Florida. I could do a couple hours on Scarface alone. I'm betting he covered Scarface. That's not too hard though. There are some confusing things about that film. But I can only do so much. I just hate to see that history vanish because it vanished. To Visit Florida dumped the entire project. I mean, it was there. You get those brochures for over a year or so, but I heard that the Film Commission went after all those brochures and had them destroyed. They did not want those out. But and everyone at Visit Florida was fired. I mean, it was serious stuff because they were also doing something called Florida Rural. Trying to make sure how's that working. I'm looking up at the screen. I'm not. Okay, I need to do that. So we're going to have this available for sale on eBay or wherever. I'll put a little bit of purple. There's my Greg Hildenbrand influence there. Put a little bit of purple right in here. Whoops, that's not quite coming out. Because then I'm going to do... see how the purple makes the head pop up? And I should also use it here. And I'm going to let you all figure out what you want to charge for them. We can talk about it or something. A little bit more purple. See how the purple, and that's something, again, that's Greg Gilbrand who died last week. I learned from him. But it gives a sense of depth. And you can do this with colored pencil too. And mice kind of works better with, and there's nothing wrong with combining watercolor with colored pencil. And that's actually what Ann Sellers Leaf does. I think she's using acrylics in there. Oh, come on, paint. Just want to get a little bit more down here. This doesn't completely disappear. But she has feet. I'm going to get a little bit in there just to kind of pop that arm a little bit more. As they say, pop the arm. Yeah, I got her in a stranglehold. I'm going to pull her arm out. Evil person I am to say such things. Water that. That's a little expression to get things, to get the idea that you're making something, kind of get more of a 3D feel. Nowadays, so many people just go and hit a couple buttons to get this done. And you could. But that means you can't do what I do, whether you know it or not. Get a little bit of it. Now, I'll give the impression this is a pretty heavy-duty halo. I'm going to add a little bit of this right here. I'm kind of doing something that doesn't quite match the other things I'm doing, but that's intentional. So I want you to look at the halo a little bit. Now, see how that halo kind of pops on itself? Now, about that Christmas present. I'm using red here last because I'm about to go put it all over Santa Claus. He's a red menace. He is, he really is. Let's see, I want to put this in here. Red is a dangerous color. Red in the eye, red reads as black, which you may have heard me say before. You gotta be very careful how you use red. I've taught some computer guys, they've never heard that before. And that means they don't know color theory, which shows again how they're just hitting buttons. You got to understand what you're doing a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to try and give this a little bit more of a 3D feel. All right, now getting dizzy. Well, no, but that angel's getting dizzy. My goodness, up and down around. Now I'm going to get a little bit of this red, a little bit of this purple. And this is taking too much time. I got to speed these babies up, which we talked about last I did watercolor. Got to speed them up. Uh-oh, there's a hello. And a hello to you. By golly. All right, so let me do something. One little thing here. See on that angel? I don't know if anyone understood I was talking about Stuart Margolin and Angel when we did this on Saturday. I was talking about the Rockford Files, which had a character named Angel, played by Stuart Margolin. A lot of folks remember through some of the episodes you'd hear the Rockford characters say, Angel! Yes, that Angel. But that's not who this is. First of all, this angel doesn't have curly hair. Let me tip off a little bit more red here. All right, so see how that is? What do you think? What do you think there? Well, you see what you know. That's okay. The thing is, a dolphin is to get this up quick and see if there's much of any response, and then whether to do more or less or what. I don't know. I admit there's a church. I don't one. I don't care for watercoloring this way with a camera and all because I can't see exactly what I'm doing. The lighting throws things off. First to admit, there's a little bit of guessing more than not. There you go. I still wish that arm was a little more separated than it is. A little bit more. Let me do something about that. Yeah, it's all separated. A little darker than I want to get, but part of this is the idea that this, and I think I like this about doing angels, is that you may be looking through the angel as much as you're looking at the angel. Make sense? Mm-hmm. So the background color is also in the cherubic. Okay, now what I want to do is let that. Give me just a second here. Now I'm getting Joe Kubert-ish here. All these lines. I can't blend this if I can. And as I said before, I was taught by Greg Hildebrand, so I was taught acrylics and oils, how to use those, but I don't have the patience for them because of the caricature work I did. I had to be quick and dirty, and that's what and then I'm a hyperactive bundle of nerves, so it just makes sense. Yeah, okay, that's definitely working. Let me just go and just do the whole thing. All right, yes, that works much better. And the present looks, you can see the present. Okay, so that was the way to do that, I guess. 10-10, 10-10 wins. Anyone know what 10-10 wins means? None of you. Anyway, so here, I'll say this is done. Dolphin, okay? And you guys can put this up for 50 cents or whatever you want to do. I sure don't know. Next is Sanity Clause, and you can't fool me, there ain't no Sanity Clause. Well, I've been using that light blue. Let me go ahead and make use of it since I've already got on the brush. I was going to use the red, but look what I did. I did light blue instead. So I'll go ahead and let's get the light blue part done first. This is what we did with all the caricature stuff. Light blue up here and then gold here. The two colors that are most soothing. As I point out, watch your current television programs. And you're going to see a lot of this blue, teal, turquoise, and a lot of gold, orange. Those are bad filmmakers who are trying to seduce you into watching their film. If you really pay attention, notice there's rarely ever a story when you see a lot of that. Good storytelling is not one color. And that includes this. I'm doing these this way, but when I do these other paintings, you're going to see more blues and greens than you're going to see the gold and the gold. Though I do use gold a lot. Again, it gives sand. I'm doing things with sand. Gray isn't a great color for that, but gold is. So, I mean, I'm guilty, but I'm not doing some of these awful films. That's mostly all your Marvel films have all that light. I have all this teal and orange, gold, and uh-oh. Okay, well, sorry, Alice. Yeah, that's what I do. Wow, so a whole bunch of y'all leaving at the same time. Well, thank y'all for being here. It's probably my voice. I just don't believe in dead air. A little bit of radio stuff I learned. So I try to keep talking. And I'm not good with light talk at all. Well, thank you, Andrea. I'm not sure who else is here. I'm not sure who the other one was. It looks like they're the one who did 10-10 wins. somewhere from overseas. Yeah, folks from overseas, as I learned seeing what Kim Jong Ji was doing, they love to watch this, whereas Americans do not. So I'd like to get more folks from across the other side of the sea, from the east, as they say, because they respect this stuff. The West does not. As basically we fold up the idea of the Renaissance and say we like the Dark Ages, let's return there as quick as we can. Yeah, I was up for a few hours last night getting ready some of the reading I'm doing. I read physical books. I mentioned the Five and Dime I'm reading about Frank Woolworth. And then I read Kindle Digital because my eyeballs ain't what they used to be, and it's hard. You can't adjust the type in a paperback. Unfair but true. I've also been falling behind because I've just gotten really busy trying to meet 150 books this year. So I'm trying to line up so I know I can read certain books that'll help me keep me up there. So a little shorter, better written. As I said, I pulled a bunch from NetGalley. You can go to NetGalley, get new books. They're coming out. Free, free, free. Just write a review. That's when I would suggest you using Goodreads. Yeah, we're about to have some major weather changes here. We're gonna have Andrea, hang on. It's gonna be rough. We're gonna go through some wind, rain, and so the barometer's gonna is up, and then it's gonna dip, and then it's go way up. Thursday, Friday. Ooh, now that's if you're in New York, you won't have these problems, but here we will. Florida. So if you're affected by weather, you're really going to feel it in our state. From basically tomorrow through Friday and Saturday, I guess, because then it all's going to start to get warmer again. So it's going to be like a bouncing ball. Hang on. We'll see what I see. Notice how this is light and dark. I'm not good with consistency, and there are better ways of doing that than how I do it, and I've never figured it out. So if you're watching this and you paint, you may be saying, "Well, why doesn't he do this?" You're right. Why don't I do that? I don't know. I just don't. All right. No, hold on. And that's why I say Friday. I want to get enough work done so I can get out and hit some hiking trails. I've got to do it health wise. I got to do it because I've been off a hiking trail. Hardly hiked at all, and I need to get out there. Going to the storage room helps a lot because then I'm moving stuff around here in this apartment, and I can put a couple miles in this apartment just moving stuff around, which is good. I need to do that. That's another reason I hope to get by. I'm going to get by there tomorrow. Not doing a live tomorrow. You got your electric blanket out. Yeah, we're likely, knowing our Florida history with weather, um, I think we're going to find ourselves with a little cooler, or maybe possibly much colder winter this year. Despite what the climate change maniacs say, I wish they'd bother to read some, just with anyone else who gets uber one side or the other. They need to learn history. And if they knew history, they'd say, oh no, this is just normal stuff. And no, there's no cycles. There's never been, ever been a cycle in our Florida weather. Ever. Never. There's nothing cyclical. Things just happen, guys. Stop trying to humanize it all. Humanism, man, we figure everything out. No, you don't. Stop it. Monkeys figure it out. That's why you're hitting keyboards and creating things that are ridiculous. One thing I agree with, sometimes some honest climate people talk about, is that we are our own worst enemy. That I agree with wholeheartedly. We make our own messes, and we're pretty awful at doing it too. But that's when those same climate people who say that should recognize they said that. Because if man does bad stuff, isn't what they're doing bad too? Yeah, as Paul Harvey would say. See, I'm adding this gray, and it helps give them a little bit more of an effect. Should I make his suit red, or should I make it, polka dots? Use DEI and put all sorts of different. I'm a traditional Santa guy. I like red suits and. During Christmas time, I'll be sharing a large collection of Santa Christmas books and things. Oh, well, that would be very good. We usually get a freeze of some sort in November. You're not going to hear that from your news radio folks, your news TV folks. But we usually do in November. And it's not unusual to get one in October, too, which we really didn't see. And this is why I'm thinking we're going to have a little colder time coming at us here. Because that's one usually has had to do with the other. Actually, this was not an unusual feature. Again, nothing cyclical, but we can repeat patterns. When we had the great freezes we've had in Florida, that's not been unusual to occur. That we things are light and then suddenly they come in with a. Of course, I like that. That's me. I like that happening. Look how I gave him some blue eyes. Now a little bit of green, a little bit of green. What time is it? Oh my God, it's almost 9. All right, maybe we won't get to the dragon tonight. This is not good. I've got to speed up. Whoa, not good at all. I'm sorry. Let me know how y'all want. I kind of heard back, or did I hear back from Alice? Not Alice. Hold on. Let me I just don't like what's going on there. Hold on. Just kind of suck up a little bit of that pain. Come in here and do this. There we go. Go in here, just do that then. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's better. Oh, Hope. Yeah, let me know if y'all want to. I actually wouldn't mind meeting with one of y'all at least tomorrow. I have a question about something. All right, so there you go. All right, so we had some red. All right, so I guess I'm just going to do these two. Ooh, not good. I mean, how do you... I got to get these down, so I'm coloring them every 15 minutes or so. It's going to take me working in a bunch, though, and getting used to it. And when I did the other lives, you could see where I did them faster. I have slowed down, and that's nice, but if we're going to knock these out and put them at a cheap price for sale, they better be done faster, right? I'm thinking on Wednesday for Swampy's Florida Live, I may do some more of these small, no color, the black and white critters of Florida, and maybe in some Christmas situations, and then I may do another color come. Well, if I do what I'm going to do Thursday, it won't be Thursday, and I guess I could probably figure out how to get that in on Friday. Only thing about getting folks from Asia over here is that I don't communicate well that way. So French, German, can handle that. But yeah, that's good. That's a good red right there. You know, it'd be good to get these up really quick and just get a sense of them. I think I left a message with Hope about that. I think we don't want to, as I was just reading about Frank Woolworth when he discovered 1880. I've been trying to find out exactly when did glass ornaments come about. It's hard to tell because they came up in Europe before they came here. Apparently, around 1880, it popped up in Woolworth around Utica. He came across them, or Pennsylvania somewhere. He's found them actually in August of 1880, and he didn't want to buy them. He thought they wouldn't sell, and the owner of the wholesale thing said, "Oh yeah, they sell great." Of course, he was talking about Europe, not here. So Woolworth finally did buy them, but they didn't arrive at a store till the day before Christmas. He sold out the day before Christmas. So the next year he ordered them early, but he still didn't order enough because they all sold out again. So he was just doing monster. And the same thing with these. If these do for some reason sell or some reaction to them, be good so I can knock out more of them. Hello, Teresa Farrington. How are you? Thank you for coming over here. You know, a lot of the old gang still isn't coming over here. I cannot get the Corneliuses over here. I've not been able to connect to Dickie Joe Mullen. I need to firm up what I'm doing Thursday. Because I could always try to get with Dickie Joe, if I make the trip. Frankly, I'm a little over my head and shouldn't be making any trips, but I think I have an obligation to attend a meeting, to stop attending meetings. I need to get by it has been 3 months since I've been to my P.O. box, and I need to get by there too. Well, how's that, Santa Claus? So I'm using watercolor, Teresa. Teresa, did you know about my friend Bob? Rob Maystead was at that International Caricaturist thing. Oh, okay. Cool, good. Yeah, I don't think the Corneliuses use YouTube much. I thought Tabitha did, but I guess not. Anyway, Rob Mason was here for that international caricature thing. I didn't find out until he did a post about being in Cocoa Beach, and I sent him a quick note to say, "Hey, I'm only 45 minutes south of you." But they had already left and were heading back to Orange County. I didn't know he was here for the caricaturist thing. I mean, that's so far off my radar. I didn't even pay attention to when it was. I knew Lars was going to be over there for it, but I didn't even know what was going on. So I did not see Mr. Mason, who I went to the Kubert school with. Now, for some reason, I'm having a little more trouble here getting this watercolor. I might try to do, I have Monster Project with watercolor here. I'm going to be inking them tomorrow. And I don't think I'm going to watercolor them here, but you never know. We'll see. I'd be better not to. I'll get them done faster. And I'll post those. I'm trying to post things on the community area. I'm doing pretty good with that. It's only a change from Facebook. Who, Lars or Rob? Lars is. But I didn't know Mason was. And Mason had his wife with him. I think I met her when I was in Lexington. It was almost 20 years ago now. That's the last I saw Rob after we were good pals at Kubert. And I was one of the Rob caricature. He wasn't sure what to do with himself. I said, caricature. And he's been doing it ever since. I'm not saying I'm the only person who said that to him. I'm not sure who else did, but I know I did. Because at the time, back in the late 80s, early 90s, that was all I was doing, really, besides my work at City Hall, which the art part of City Hall hadn't expanded yet. It did when Jeff Parker went over to work on Blondie. Then I started doing a lot of City Hall with art stuff. So there you go. How's that stand? What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over and re-ink this. It's in Law next year, Louisiana, Mississippi. Referring to an old. Oh, look what I did here. Okay, so here's the gold. I forgot about the ground. Oh my gosh, it's 9 o'clock. It's in It's in Louisiana. We're in Baton Rouge. Or New Orleans. Well, I'm sorry I didn't miss Mr. Mastead. I'm sorry I'm not connected enough with him for him to think, oh, he's in Florida. I should try seeing him. Because I could have, oh, golly, I certainly could have met him over in Cocoa. I was so close. I'm not close to Louisiana. Los Angeles. Oh, you L.A. Los Angeles, not L.A. Louisiana. Arr. Beware the acronyms. It should be in Louisiana. That's an obvious place to have them. But Buddy Rose used to have them over in Louisiana, as I recall. It's an obvious place to have them. Why the heck would you be in Los Angeles for? What's going on there? Gee. Oh, I saw that Keelan had his. Oh, it did? Oh, crud. Thank you. Thank you, Andrea. It froze because my battery's running out. I admittedly took a nap. I messed up my sleep horribly last night because I took a nap. Took a nap at around 11 or 12. I shouldn't have done that because then I ended up waking up, being up all night, all morning, whatever. I was sleeping right. So I'm a little off kilter, I admit. So there. But the show must go on, and I got to get work done here, guys. I want to really get these out for Hope and Dennis. But Dennis, if you're still here, let me know about maybe trying to meet tomorrow. I think we were originally saying no, but I got a reason I really could use to sit down with y'all for a few minutes. And one thing is about these, because I don't know what how to charge for them, or these are taking a lot longer than I was thinking. I gotta get back. Teresa knows about this. I gotta get back to my quick and dirty caricature thing. I've gotten so far away from it. On Facebook, I got such nice comments. Dave Bippy Boyer, a number of people wrote some very nice things about the the one with the mouse and the berries and the whatchamacallit. Very nice comments. See, this is where these colored pencils come in. Where are my colored pencils? I need to have those right behind me. Here they are. I was talking about Ann Sellers Leaf and how she used colored pencils along with her acrylics. Well, Matt, this is where this is good. Let me try this. Maybe this will help. And maybe it won't. Maybe I'm full of poo. Hold on, let me get this out. So this is not the best. It's a Sargent. If I do, I might be able to better blend this. Thank you. Uh-oh, I don't, Dennis may have left the building. But I may even prep some of these. Let me just go ahead and blend this a little bit so he even further disappears. I'm going to go back over these black ink lines. Oh, there you go. Yeah, maybe over that Culver's place. And maybe just do everything at one place. Yeah, just because we got to figure out pricing for these, and I don't know what to do there. And that'll give me, maybe I can. I was hoping to do 3 here, 2 of these and a big one. Instead, I've done 2 little ones. That's not good. So, getting an idea where you all are going with price with these. And I'm open to y'all giving how much would you pay for this? Thousands or millions? Come on, you can be honest. It's only going to be a few thousand. I understand. But, well, Teresa, I'm actually probably most interested in what you think. How much you think I should charge for this? This has taken me over half an hour to color. Of course, I inked it a lot faster. Oh, I got to show, and Teresa, hang on, I'm going to show you the angel I just did. And Andrea, you too. Anyone else here, I don't know who you are. I know those two know something about pricing things. So here is Santa, and here is Angel. How much do you think these should go for? You can really here. Let's pick up on something I was talking about here. Here, a little bit of light blue. How much do you think these should be, Teresa? Santa and the Angel. I'm sorry, I'm covering it up a little bit. Just your thoughts, because you know market stuff. What's interesting, Teresa's in a very different marketplace than like we are here in Florida. Oh, I was saying it was funny how Keelan seduced people over to see his stand because he was looking to mine some employees, because he can't keep his employees. I found that funny. And he's done that before, but he had a lot. Now he's got kind of a larger operation. He's in where our old caricature stand was. He took that over and moved it inside. He'll do anything. He and I are direct opposites about Disney World. I hate the place, and he'll do anything for him. What do you think, Teresa? What's your view on pricing? And you can also say, I don't know. That's fine. But I'm curious. And also, Andrea, what do you think? And I'm going to go back over these with ink, which I am not set up to do right now. I'm not set up at all. I'm not sure my ink pens are. Let's stay here. They stay if I do that. Pop, pop. Well, how much do you think these would be? What's your thoughts? If I do that, I can't do that again, can I? No. There's that. Wow, I really buried all my ink stuff. No, I didn't. It's in the tray right here. Whoa, tray. So how much do you think these might be? I'm going to go ahead and just go in here and just do this. The problem with wall acrylics or watercolors is that they cover a black line. See, I like black line. $5 each, $10 each, $20 each. It took me a half hour to paint both. Total time 45 minutes, which to many will be that's incredible, but in the world of art stuff, that's a lot of time. What do you think? I respect your opinion. And Andrea, you too. Much more than what? 1,000? Or much more than 5? See, the idea is to put these on eBay. What do you think? Okay, Dolphin just put much more. What do you think, Teresa? She's being very quiet. Would you say, but what do you think about that 60? Wow, I don't think these will ever. But then again, I'm amazed at what Hope and Dennis are doing. They're putting prices on things I would never have put on for something. Yeah, what Teresa wrote is reality right there. And I'm taking too much time. I've got to speed this thing up and do it more quick and dirty, which I've really been working against that recently. I need to be knocking these out every 3 or 4 minutes. But of course, I am doing them on Crescent board. That's the other reason to work cheaper. And I haven't placed that. I got to wait till some money stuff comes through overnight. I hope I can still get these postcards out of Miller cheap. There's Miller. And sale doesn't go off because it won't be no fun. If I can get 20 cards, that's not it. If I can get 20, where is it? Here it is. $20. Yeah, if I can get 20 postcards for a buck, $5, then I can do these quick and dirty, not feel bad. But these Crescent board ones, first of all, we can't get them easily, as I'm now finding out. Maybe it's best to wait till I get those. Hopefully that sale goes on to just didn't go over the next 12 hours. Oh, a postcard of Tupperware? You sold a postcard of, I know the Tupperware postcard. You're talking about the one that goes across the water and looks at actually there's 2 buildings there. I saw Tony Bennett at Tupperware. It was in a big room, and it was a terracotta floor, and there were just a bunch of chairs, folding chairs set up, and there may be 50 of us, and there's Bennett and a bass, and I think there was a piano there, and there was one other. That was it. It was, I mean, it was just short of sitting in our laps and singing. Quite something. Anyway, and then, of course, I'm a huge fan of Brownie Wise. The Orange County History Museum is doing actually what they call a pocket display of Bonnie. Someone is, first of all, Tupperware is not in Orange County, but if you're going to do something about Tupperware and Brownie Wise, it should be a large display because there's a lot of Tupperware out there. And people should know that. That's why they're going out of business. That's why Tervis Tumbler is going out of business. Another business born and raised in Florida. But we have such vapid people in this state. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know anything about our history. I think of the stupid damn Disney World. Anyway. Oh, I know that you're talking about the Tupperware card that just has a bunch of it has different colored plastics on it. Like different bowls and things. I know that one too. That's over $25. People are nuts. But see, that's a postcard, and people collect postcards. If people are collecting these, or like they might be collecting Teresa Farrington pictures, then they'll pay a lot of dollars for it because they want to keep their they paid me a lot just because I want a Rob Smith Jr. They'll pay a lot for it. But right now, when you're putting these on here, that's why it's so important to get them up there soon so we can see what the market will bear. So I definitely would like to get these to you tomorrow. These two, and if you could put them up pretty quick, and let's get. Okay, River Dolphin, note what Teresa Farrington wrote. That's exactly what's on my mind. That's exactly what I think. So thank you, Teresa. People think I'm nuts, and Andrea too. And remember that because a lot of people don't understand the art market in the States. That lady who was from somewhere in Asia, they'd pay high dollar for this stuff. They respect and want it. But here in the U.S., nope. And what makes Teresa's area so interesting is that she, as I've found out more about what happens there, is there's just not a lot of art folks, not a lot of options for entertainment. So she can easily sell herself for higher money for events than we can here. Here they're a dime a dozen. The Keelans are killing us with bad products for cheap prices. Well, they pay the people cheap prices. He makes a bundle. And if you try to go out on your own, he's countering you all over the place. When he started doing that, I knew he was gonna undermine Mandel. So Mandel's been mostly working out of the country. Hard to get gigs around here anymore. I see Lars has been keeping really busy. I don't know how he does that. Some people like Lars's work, and other people can't stand. Not only can't stand Lars's work, can't stand Lars. I understand Lars. I've spent a lot of time with him, so I get it. A lot of people don't. I may have mentioned I had a Suncoast Ink Slingers group, and old Dan Smith was one just couldn't stand Lars or his artwork. I've been trying to find Dan. Dan's now 93. I've not located him. All right, and I need to stop working on this because the price tag keeps ticking up. So what I need to get those $20 cards for $1. Get them over here and just chugga. Uh-oh. I'm down to 10%. Hello, the shadow. It's Lamont Cranston. Run! It's a phone. It's an iPhone. And it froze because my battery's dying on me. Because I went and took a nap and should put it on a charger, and I didn't. All right, so there you are, River, Dolphin, please. And let's talk about this a little more tomorrow. And I'll tell you how I'll probably approach all of this. Not like this, not like I've been doing here. I've got to get quick and dirty, but that means I need to do more watercolor. Yes, okay. And I think I should be aiming for Dr. Brooks' Christmas party to do watercolor. So I'm doing it at a speed where I can knock them out. They loved it when I did watercolor before, but I haven't been up for it the last few years, but I could be ready for it this year. And Steve will love it. It's not gonna change what I get paid for the event. Steve's just amazing. I'm so happy. Steve's been so helpful and supportive. All right, so there you are. Thank you, Shadow. Thank you, Lamont Cranston. The Shadow knows. I haven't found my Shadow. I've been trying to find my so-called action figures because I'm trying to figure out what I might pass on to Dolphin. And I haven't found the Shadow one. I don't know where that is. I'll have to share it. It's a nifty one. It's the eyes glow. Thank you very much. And let's get to, if we could, just for maybe 15, 20 minutes at Culver's and talk about this a little bit more, that'd be great. Because I also want to make sure you know that there's a different way I might approach all this. And so we won't use Cres. I think definitely, yeah, okay. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you. I owe you a good drawing in January. I got to make sure I use my right hand, not my left hand. Yeah, I was gonna do something. I was gonna do left hand to make y'all upset. All right. Oh, look at 9:17. I gotta go. All right. I'm gonna get ready. Tomorrow's a big day. I'm gonna be. I'll post. I'll try post all over what I'm working on and where it is. I should post pencils right now. And then I'll post the inks tomorrow night. Thank you so much for being here, being a part of things. Thank you for subscribing. Please click the thumbs up if you would. Bing. So I just did it for me. So if you get a chance to do that, I'll be next live on my Swampy's Florida page at 8 p.m. It'll be more Florida. So this was a lot of Florida. Next will be probably Friday night at 8, which I'll be doing. I'll be doing more of the loose. I'll be doing more of these black and white drawings, and then probably keep watercolors on Monday nights for now. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you all later. Take care. Thank you. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Dolphin. Thank you, Lamont Cranston. Thank you. Thank you very much, Teresa. Thank you. You don't know how much I needed that, especially let folks like Dolphin and Andrea see that. And then Alice was here earlier. I'm sorry she's not feeling well. And everyone else. Thank you so much for being here. I'll see you all later. Robert Smith calling. Thank you very much. Good night. Good night.